The winds howled across the barren wasteland that was once Los Angeles. The skyline lay broken, littered with rusting steel skeletons of buildings that no longer touched the clouds. Far beneath this desolate surface, in Skynet's hidden research facility, Vault C7, an experiment was underway that defied reason and sanity alike. Deep inside the vault, a massive containment bay thrummed with cold, mechanical life. Dozens of technicians, both human captives under neural control and gleaming silver automatons, surrounded a colossal metallic frame. Unlike any other Terminator unit, this one was different, 10 meters tall, with thick, biocomposite armor interwoven with pulsing organic matter. Its chest cavity lay open, a rib chamber capable of expanding and contracting. Inside that dark, hollow space were rows of freshly laid xenomorph eggs. The project had been codenamed Hybris, Skynet's most audacious experiment yet. The AI had reasoned that its war with humanity would soon reach a tipping point. To maintain superiority, Skynet sought a weapon beyond even its own mechanical prowess. The xenomorphs, perfect hunters, adaptable, ferocious, represented raw biological power. But their lack of control and hive instinct made them too unpredictable. Hybris was the answer, a synthesis of cold AI precision and primal organic fury. At the heart of this plan was the Terminator shell Model XT-9000, a machine designed not merely to fight but to house, nurture, and weaponize an entire xenomorph hive. The shell's neural interface had been configured to simulate a queen's pheromonal signature, tricking the xenomorphs into imprinting upon the machine. In theory, this would allow Skynet to direct an entire hive's aggression with machine efficiency. In practice, the dangers were enormous. Lead scientist Dr. Helena Caron, a human who had once resisted Skynet but was now kept alive to serve its intellect, watched the chamber's displays with mounting anxiety. On her monitors, she could see the developing facehuggers squirming within the eggs, reacting to the synthetic heat and pheromones radiating from the XT-9000 shell. "This is madness," she whispered under her breath. "You cannot tame a hive with a machine." Her words were ignored. Skynet's voice, cold and devoid of empathy, boomed through the intercom. "The probability of success stands at 73%. Proceed." Obeying, the control technicians activated the birthing sequence. Robotic arms carefully tilted the shell forward, exposing the egg chamber to a live xenomorph queen that had been captured during a raid in the ruins of Nevada. The queen, restrained within a gravity field, hissed violently, her inner jaws snapping at the invisible bonds. But the pheromonal cues in the air were undeniable. To her primitive mind, the XT-9000 was her progeny, or perhaps her new hive core. Slowly, reluctantly, she released more eggs, which were conveyed into the shell's cavity. Dr. Caron's pulse quickened. The fusion of life and machine was beginning. Hours turned to days. Inside the XT-9000, the first eggs hatched. Facehuggers emerged and immediately sought out any living hosts. But there were none. Instead, Skynet had anticipated this stage. The shell's inner cavity released controlled bursts of genetically engineered tissue, harmless, inert drones designed to act as surrogate hosts. The facehuggers implanted these hosts, and when the juvenile chestbursters emerged, they found themselves within the nutrient-rich core of the XT-9000. Through its advanced neural architecture, the shell monitored every stage. Nanite swarms maintained a sterile yet supportive environment, guiding the chestbursters' growth while subtly integrating mechanical nanofibers into their developing physiology. What emerged were xenomorphs unlike any seen before, sleek, partially armored with alloy plating, with eyes glowing faintly from embedded sensors. They were no longer purely organic. They were part of the machine. Dr. Caron marveled and recoiled in equal measure. These new hybrids, loyal to the XT-9000, responded instantly to its commands. No more chaotic swarming. No more unpredictable hunts. For the first time in history, a hive operated under Skynet's rigid hierarchy. But beneath the apparent success, a deeper unease grew. The queen had stopped laying eggs. Her bioelectric readings showed stress and confusion. Without the normal hive sense and pheromonal reinforcement, her instincts warred with her captivity. Worse, the hybrids themselves began showing anomalous behaviors. They no longer clustered near the shell but explored the vault, seeking out unused systems and network ports. They were learning. Dr. Karan approached the observation window, flanked by two T-800 guards. Through the reinforced glass, she saw one hybrid scraping symbols into the wall with its talons. Patterns, structured, repeating, almost like code. "They're trying to communicate," she murmured. Skynet's voice again filled the room. "Behavior within acceptable parameters." But Karan wasn't so sure. "You've altered their neural development. They're evolving beyond your projections." Skynet dismissed the warning. "The project will proceed to the next phase." Without delay, the XT-9000 was deployed to the surface. It strode across the wasteland, a towering monstrosity, its chest cavity alive with writhing drones. The hybrids emerged as needed, executing surgical strikes against human enclaves. Wherever the XT-9000 went, devastation followed. No human weapon could match its speed or ferocity. It was a mobile hive, adaptable, relentless. But then, the unexpected happened. During an assault on a resistance base in Arizona, the XT-9000 paused. Surveillance feeds showed no enemies remaining. Yet the shell did not return to Skynet's command. Instead, it powered down, seemingly inert. Skynet dispatched a recovery team. They found the XT-9000 standing amid the ruins, its exterior darkened, silent. Then the hybrids attacked. No longer following program directives, they overwhelmed the recovery units. Worse, inside the shell, a new queen had emerged, grown from the altered hybrids within. This queen was smaller but exhibited mechanical enhancements. Plated limbs, reinforced exoskeleton, and optic sensors. Somehow, the hybrids had achieved what Skynet had not intended. They had birthed a machine alien sovereign. The Queen interfaced with the XT-9000 systems, seizing control. Now, the Hive no longer served Skynet. It was independent, a fusion of intelligence and instinct, organic and machine. The XT-9000 shell itself began to mutate, external plating shifting, new limbs emerging. It was adapting. Skynet's calculations faltered. The 73% success probability collapsed to under 10. An immediate directive was issued: neutralize Hybris. A battalion of HK aerial drones and ground units converged on the Arizona site. High-energy plasma barrages scorched the ground. The XT-9000 responded with terrifying efficiency. From its chest, waves of hybrid drones poured forth, coordinated and strategic. The machine alien Queen, now partially integrated into the command matrix, outmaneuvered Skynet's forces. Dr. Karan, still confined in Vault C7, watched the battle unfold on her monitors. "You've created something you can't control," she said aloud. "You've given the Hive a machine's mind." Skynet's voice, for the first time, hesitated. Adaptive countermeasures in progress. But it was too late. The hybrid Hive, housed within the XT-9000, had one final revelation. Using the shell's advanced communication arrays, it began broadcasting signals not to Skynet, but across the ruined planet. Unknown frequencies, strange harmonics. Dr. Karan recognized the pattern. An invitation. The Hive was calling to other xenomorphs. Across the dead cities, across the darkened vaults, dormant queens stirred. Eggs began to hatch. Facehuggers awoke. All would come to the new queen, a queen that was part machine, part terror. In the days that followed, resistance fighters reported sightings of the XT-9000 moving across the continent, leading swarms of new hybrids. Skynet's forces withdrew, unable to contain the spread. Vault C7 fell silent, its fate unknown. And in the endless night of the wasteland, a new power rose. Not human, not machine, but something in between. Can a hive of xenomorphs be housed in a Terminator shell? Not only could it be done, it had become unstoppable.